You here. My name is Desiree Muchler, but I was born Wasika Jamia Duke. Okay, I was adopted from Massillon City Hospital in January 9th, 1985. Here's my original birth certificate. The adoption wasn't opened or closed, and I want my original birth certificate, please.
Oh, gotcha. All right, let me get an application form for you. Do you mind me peeking at that again?
No, of course. Yeah, sure. I want to see if I can get it. Because I know for a fact the adoption wasn't opened or closed. I was abandoned.
Oh, okay.
And I need it.
Go in our system and see what we have.
Please help me.
Yes.
See, I went in when remember when the birth certificates were outside of Massillon City Hospital? I went in there.
Yeah.
And they told me that my birth certificate was locked in a vault and that I needed a warrant to get it. And then I already found all my family, and so what happened is a bunch of money was left in my name. And I found the court dockets of what's going on, and I need my original birth certificate. If I don't get it, I'm bringing civil rights attorneys to take this town down. Because I'm fearing that I was trafficked, and there is a bunch of money, and I know what's going on, and I want my stuff. Mm-hmm. It is my right, and I'm telling you, like, I'm expecting bad news. I'm like, I don't understand why I was told that I needed a warrant to get it. I don't know how a person.
Public record.
Exactly, and they turned me away, and this is 19. Well, no, I was 19 years old. Mm-hmm. So you have to understand, my life has been ruined by this adoption. I'm not okay. I was not okay growing up. It didn't work. It didn't. I was abused constantly, sexually, mentally, and like I was barraged. I wanted to go home from the very beginning. Mm-hmm. It wasn't right, and it's like, like I found my mother, and she told me that I was taken from her, that she did not give me up. And I have all the evidence that if I don't get what I want my inheritance, I want my stuff, and I'm gonna go.
Well, I can print off for you, it is $25. It's what's called the long form, so it is...
So there actually is something on there.
But it looks pretty similar to what you already have. It has your birth date, Doctor's Hospital, Judith Hahn, Robert Muchler, and so...
I was born at Massillon. I wasn't born at Doctor's. And they're not my parents. They're not my blood parents. I've seen my original birth certificate. Mm-hmm. Why does it say that? I want my original birth certificate.
I'll just print this on regular paper because I don't want
Well, I'm not gonna pay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not gonna use security paper. So I don't.
Why is this happening to me? Why are they hiding who I am? I already know who I am.
Yeah.
My parents had my birth certificate and they destroyed it, so that I couldn't get it.
This is what they call the long form, and that gives you a little bit more information. But yeah, it has doctors. It has mom and dad, or I believe the same as your...
This is a lie. You know why? Because I was adopted and I Googled it. And my mother told me I was born at Massillon City. And on top of that, I went to Abundant Life Christian Fellowship. And nobody told me anything, but they all said they seen my mom pregnant. My mom told me that she was abused sexually and things like... She told me things. Bad things. Bad things. And that they have stuff on her. And you know what else I found out? I Googled the nurses on duty, at Massillon City Hospital, January 9th, 1985, and Brenda Curzon came up, and I know her, and I didn't know she was a nurse. So it's about to be a problem. I don't get what I want. Like, I'm telling you, I already contacted civil rights attorneys. The adoption wasn't open or closed. I'm in law school. I know for a fact that it should not be hidden from me. That is my right to have it. Only a closed adoption would it be hidden. If I was confiscated from my mother, then that means that it's not opened or closed, and it's going to be a problem. If Massillon does not do my right, Massillon is going to be held under a very, very serious problem. Very serious problem.
I'm going to give you, because all the records we get they originate in the Ohio Department of Health in Columbus.
Well, they told me that my birth certificate's locked in a vault and I need a warrant to get it. That was what I was told when I was 19. I've never heard that. Everybody that I've told that to, that's what the lady told me. I don't know who she is, because she probably doesn't work here.
Yeah.
And at the time I was young and I didn't know the law. And so you have to understand all my years of suffering, and now I'm finding my family and they're telling me that I was kidnapped. And that's human trafficking, and this town's really going to suffer for that. My life has been ruined. This town, I literally have had threats and things like that, and it's not a game. Like, I'm ready for war, and I'm ready to get my truth, my rights now. So if somebody doesn't come off it, it's going to be a federal courtroom for Massillon, Ohio. And for all the years that I've suffered, the sexual abuse, that church is going to go down, and this whole town's going to go down. It's done. Over one person that they called nigger. All my whole life. Oh, yeah. And wasn't allowed to go anywhere, wasn't allowed to do anything. Literally worked on farms, was dropped off on farms to work. Like, this town allowed this, and this is not okay.
It's not.
And I know I'm not the only one, because I've Googled, it took me like, I don't know, 15 to 16 years to find my family. And guess what? When I graduated high school, I lived on 14th Street, and I found out my grandmother is Farrakhan Asamad, and Clemmy Asamad is my grandfather. And I seen the court dockets where they left me everything. And it says, the guardians of the unknown heir of Farrakhan Asamad were served with my estate. Why would I be an unknown heir on court dockets? Obviously you knew I was. And my parents were served in 06. I was an adult. And they died around the corner. I lived around the corner and was looking for them. I found their graves. Their grave is turned the other direction. Things are being covered up here. Things are being hidden. I've seen the black family reunion dockets and PDF files of all the slaves and all the people that they brought here. I found out everything that's going on in this town, and it's not going to be good. All I wanted was to go home. All I wanted was my right, and I'm being denied it. They're barraging me. These are not my birth parents. I was not born to two Caucasian people, so it's like.
You might want to see if you can be of any help. Yeah. Thanks.
I'm not upset with you or anything.
I know,
I'm just.
I feel for you.
This sucks.
Yeah, because
I'm not okay, and my life's like literally the cops are trying to hurt me. They literally came to my house with no warrant. They took my kids for no reason. We were in the house with the doors like somebody called on me every day, and now my adopted parents, have my kids and have done this to me. They're trying to ruin my life, and they're threatening me, and I want what I want. I was told never to come back.
Hi. For you?
Hi, my name's Desiree Muchler, government-wise, but my real name is Wasika Jamia Duke. I know my mom, I found my parents, but I was adopted.
Okay.
My mother told me I was born at Massillon City Hospital.
Okay.
But it says here that I was born at Doctors.
Okay.
And I came here, when I graduated high school in 03, I went to the birth certificate place, and I wanted my birth certificate because I was told I was abandoned, meaning my adoption wasn't open or closed.
Okay.
And that means that I have a right to get my original birth certificate, right?
Okay.
Or no? I mean, we're just,
I don't honestly know, but I can check that out. If you give me a minute, can I have that and go check it out?
Because, like, I really want my original birth certificate.
So,
Like,
this is not your name at birth?
My name was Wasika.
Okay.
Wasika Jamia Duke.
Okay.
I've seen my original birth certificate. They had it, and I used to sneak in their files.
Who's there? Where was
My
that?
adoptive parents.
Okay.
I grew up on
But you said you
1889
did get your
Belmar.
other birth certificate
They
sometime?
have it. They have it.
But you don't have it?
No, they took it from me and they destroyed it. It's not there in their house. I haven't had it in years. And that's why when I graduated, I said, when I graduate, I'm going to find out when you can't keep this from me because they already told me my name. They told me my name. They told me that they knew my mom and seen her before and that she abandoned me.
I wonder if this isn't one for the state, because the state would have those, but we don't. All we have is this. But the state of Ohio should have all your other original and all that. But we don't keep those.
Well, they said it was locked in a vault and that I needed a warrant. And I was like, what? And
That's probably at the state. The state keeps the vault, we don't. All we have is this.
Why would I need a warrant?
I don't know
It wasn't
anything
open or
about
closed.
that.
I looked it up.
Right.
It's my right.
Yeah,
I wouldn't need a
absolutely.
warrant.
Right, and I don't see why you would either, but again, that would be all kept at the state level, not at here.
Who do I call?
So I'm thinking that for you.
Okay,
Give
thank
me
you
just
so
a
much.
minute.
I'm not upset. I'm just
No,
like,
that's fine. I don't blame you. I see what you're
this
you're
is
talking
crap.
about.
They've
This
told
is
me to
our
go away.
I was
registrar.
gonna say, she is the queen of our
She's trying to get
records.
her original birth certificate. Did she go through the state for that?
This is the original.
Okay.
No, it's not. I've seen it.
She's our registrar, so she knows more about this than anybody else. This is Anita. She'll be
I
able
was
to help you
adopted.
there.
These are not my parents. They're both Caucasians. I know my mother and my father. I found them after like 16, 17 years. It took some doing. I'm not going to stop until I get it.
So this is what would have been recorded at the hospital. So
But I wasn't adopted till February. I didn't become Desiree Muchler until February 14th, 1986. How can you explain that? That's my adoption date. And it said that this is all lies. It's not okay. This is not okay.
Well, a certificate of live birth means what they recorded in the hospital. So if we make a change to a birth record, whether that's through a court order, an affidavit of correction, this record will never change. So if I say that I want to change something on my birth record, this record is always going to stay the exact same. The state is legally not able to change this because this is the certificate of live birth. This is what the hospital recorded. So
How could they do that a year before they told me that they picked me out of a book of kids? That's not okay. That's literally discrepancies which could be grounds for civil rights attorneys to come down and get the warrant to get my information. And some people are going to be in trouble.
You could try to see where Doctors Hospital
It's
sent their
gone.
record. That's the only option I have.
And you
for
wonder
This is
why,
what-
right? Massillon
is-
and the other one.
This is the only record the state of Ohio Vital Statistics will hold. This is the only record that they are going to look up. We can call them and see if they have anything different, but this comes from their system. They look at the same thing that we do.
Columbus is the
So,
So I just got
Columbus-
deleted as a person. This is human trafficking. This is exactly human trafficking. That's not okay. They told me when I was 9 years old my original name. They told me who my mother was, and that's how I found her. They didn't give me a middle initial. They didn't give me a birth
so
date.
these are the adoptive parents?
Those are not my parents.
Are these your adoptive parents?
Yes. And it wasn't an opener. They told me I was abandoned at the hospital from birth, and that my name is Wasika Jamia Duke. They showed me my original birth certificate on my
So
9th
if you
birthday at Dee Dee
were-
Stutz.
Oh.
I'm a trafficked child, is what I am.
Well,
And I have my mother on tape giving her recording. She told me
Have
exactly.
you talked to a lawyer? An attorney, maybe?
I have civil rights attorneys that I'm going to meet in New York, and I just am coming here because I'm giving Massillon one last chance.
this has nothing to do with Massillon.
Because this is all we're going to have.
If there is something faulty with this would have been the hospital and the Ohio Department of Health. We do not record birth records.
So
at
they
all.
didn't get me through the courts.
We don't record birth records. We never have.
Wow.
No, ours is
It's
just a
recorded-
paper thing. We get the paper that comes from the
Birth
state.
is recorded at the hospital. The
I
only
always
way-
wondered why 2 Caucasian people were on my birth certificate. That isn't right.
Yeah, how adoption works, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure.
Well,
if
I looked
if
it
it's
up
that-
by law. It says that if you were abandoned and it wasn't opened, I see a closed adoption, I can never get it, and this will be all I get. But it wasn't opened or closed. Meaning, and I already looked it up because I'm in law school, And this is me telling you that it is my right, that my civil rights are being compromised here. And it is my right, since it wasn't open or closed, to get that. So if they sealed that and did that, then the state of Ohio, obviously they're probably just going to kill me, because I'm sure they don't want to deal with this. I'm pretty sure, because this is a big deal. I'm a person. I'm a human being. My life was destroyed, and I'm not kidding. Like, I'm talking about sexual abuse, dropped off on farms. I'm talking about crazy stuff from a church. Matter of fact, the Stockdales went to our church, and he killed his mother and his brother. They were in our church. All those people, they're about to get it, because they literally told me I was a witch. And I found out I'm Muslim. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
So,
yeah, like I said, the only other thing you can do is call the state of Ohio and see if with your vital records there is any type of adoption paperwork. And then, because maybe if it was that, so you weren't born in the hospital, you were dropped off at the hospital?
no, I was born, and my mom said that they took me and said, you don't deserve her. They cut my hair and took me away, and because she didn't have a residence here, but she told them she was living with my grandma, who was Farrakhan. My grandma was Evelyn Wilson White. She died Farrakhan Asamad and Clemmy Asamad. They brought all the their grandparents brought all the slaves here from Alabama, and they put them in the projects where they put the Indians, where they put everybody else, and they built everything.
Do you have a
around
number
here.
for ODA, a number for the state?
Yeah, I did my
Did you do that?
research.
Oh, okay.
I've been planning this for a very long
Sometimes they have
time,
access to
Yeah, you
deeper
can call
records
the
than
help
what
desk
we
for
have.
Ohio Department
and
of
I'm sure
Health.
they're gonna do the same thing you are, which I'm not angry at you.
Yeah, I'm afraid
And
that's all
I
we have.
appreciate. No, listen, it's
Sure.
okay. I'm doing this because this is my due diligence to get the ball rolling.
Okay.
You've done your job. I'm not angry. You don't have to look for me outside when you go to your car or anything. I'm a mother of 5 children, and I've been literally like this is going to help so many kids. There's millions of us, and we're coming, and we're gonna get justice, and this is gonna stop. CPS, this has got to stop, because guess what? If I didn't have the higher power, I would be an animal. I would be an animal on children and people like you who haven't done anything but done your job. I would be angry and I'd be ready to hurt you because my life was destroyed and nobody cared. So thank you for your help. It's okay. I'm fine.
I sure hope
But-
that works out for you.
Listen, it whether it does or not, it's already done. This is just one more thing that I have to do that the civil rights attorney told me to do before I come to New York, and then we're coming back. And you guys won't see us. This will be all Elam's problems. I don't know.
Okay.
But I mean, they've been getting away with a lot of stuff here. There's some cults around the corner and things like that people don't know about. And this is around the corner. So, Tuslaw, Massillon, the Hennons had me from birth. So these are important people that everyone looks up to that had me. And they thought it was a joke to kind of tell me I was, when the Mutchlers got money to take me, is what their son said, and he was like my best friend, Danny Hennon. And so he was drunk, and he told me some things that he probably shouldn't have told me, and I haven't unearthed this in a while. I actually found my parents. So that's how powerful the real God is. The real God can put it in your head to never give up and to keep going. So I did, and I will find out who I am.
Okay.
I will get justice. This is bullshit. This is
Okay.
bullshit.
Well, good luck with that. I sure hope it works for you.
Oh, it's going to work.
Okay, thank you.
It's going to. Thank you. Oh, you don't have to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep. Got those dumbasses. They took me away. They said that this is a live birth. They said that the hospital did this, and that this is. They said these are my parents. Like they don't have any record of me. They don't have any record of me. They said that this is recorded from the hospital that these are my parents.